How's it going, everyone? Shifty here, and today is the Vault of Glass raid release. It's coming out in just a few hours. So before it does, I wanted to preview the loot you can get from it and go over potential god rolls. Now, I don't believe that there is ever a set god roll that works for everyone, so these will be my opinions. There will also be timestamps to guide you to each section of the video. First, I'll be showing off the armor sets and weapons, then after that I will go over my desired god rolls for each weapon. Before I get into it, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright, I'll start by showing you the armor set for each class, followed by the weapons and the ship. After that, I'm going to go over the god rolls that I'm going after. So, here is the loot preview. Alright, for my desired god roll Fatebringer, I'm going to be going for a range masterwork. Then for the first column perk, I want hammer forged rifling. I would be fine with small bore, but it does lower stability and handling, so I'd prefer hammer forged rifling. Then in the second column, I want accurized rounds for even more range. Tactical mag would be acceptable for the extra bullet in the magazine, as well as faster reload speed and more stability. Then for the third column perk, I want to try the new rewind rounds perk. This says that when this weapon's magazine is empty, it refills from reserves based on the number of hits. In that third column, I also really want explosive rounds. In the final column, I'm torn between kill clip, frenzy, and firefly. However, if I got firefly, I would not want explosive rounds. Overall though, I want kill clip in that final column because it's good in both PvP and PvE. Moving on to the rapid fire sniper Praedyth's Revenge. For this, I want a handling masterwork, and alongside that, I want fluted barrel in the first column for an additional boost to handling. It also gets a little boost to stability from that perk as well. In the second column, I want tactical mag, which gives me 2 more bullets in the magazine, as well as a faster reload speed and a little bit more stability. Then we could go with quick draw in the third column, but my handling is nearly maxed already. I think that moving target would be a decent option if you wanted to take this into PvP, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going for rewind rounds. Then in the final column, there isn't much I'm interested in. Opening shot would be decent for PvP, but like I said, I don't want to take it into the Crucible, so with that said, I want frenzy or high impact reserves. Next up, Vision of Confluence. For this, I'm going to go with a handling masterwork. I'm going to lean into that again by going with fluted barrel for even more handling and a little bit more stability. In the second column, there are a few good options here. There is a pendant mag if you want a couple extra bullets in the magazine. You also have high caliber round, which gives you a boost to range and staggers opponents. Then there's the perk that I want, ricochet rounds, which increases range and stability. In the third column, I wouldn't mind rewind rounds, again depending on how good that perk ends up being. Aside from that, I would go with surplus just to make this weapon feel that much better to use. In the final column, there is a perk for pretty much anyone. It all depends on your personal playstyle. I would go with Firefly or Kill Clip in this column, but I'm leaning more towards Kill Clip. Moving on to the shotgun. For this, I want a range masterwork, full choke in the first column, assault mag in the second column, but for the third column, I would want auto-loading holster or rewind rounds in PvE, but since this is an aggressive frame shotgun, I would mainly want to try it in PvP. With that said, I would go with slide shot in that third column. In the final column, Demolitionist, Frenzy, and Vorpal Weapon are all solid perks, but as I said, I'm thinking of this as a potential PvP option, so I would go with Opening Shot. Alright, just 2 more legendary weapons to go, so up next is the Corrective Measured Machine Gun. For this, I'm again going for the Handling Masterwork and Fluted Barrel in the first column. Then in the second column, I'm going with Tactical Mag for a few extra rounds in the magazine, as well as the reload speed increase. Then in the third column, I want either rewind rounds or subsistence. For bosses, I'd rather have rewind rounds, but I'm going to be using this more for ad clear, so I want subsistence. In the last column, there are 2 perks that I'm interested in. Both options are good for ad clear, the first being Firefly and the second one being One for All. I think between the two, I'd rather have Firefly because it has that additional reload speed boost. The last weapon is a Hezen Vengeance rocket launcher. For this, I want a Velocity Masterwork, then Quick Launch in the first column for even more velocity as well as a substantial boost to handling. Then I want Alloy Casing in the second column for more impact damage. The third column has several solid perks, but 2 stand out to me, the first being Overflow. This makes it so picking up special or heavy ammo overflows the magazine beyond capacity. The other perk being Auto-Loading Holster, which is a tried and true rocket launcher perk. For me, I definitely want auto-loading holster because Overflow relies so heavily on having ammo drops around and having to pick them up. For the final column, I want either Vorpal Weapon or Lasting Impression. Both offer a decent damage boost, but I'm going to go with Lasting Impression here since it works on all enemies. There is still one more weapon to go over for the Vault of Glass, and that is the Vex Mythoclast. This has Arrowhead Break, then it has Volatile Battery, which greatly increases the magazine size. Then the first truly unique perk is Temporal Unlimiter. This makes it so defeating targets builds stacks of overcharge. When fully overcharged, you can swap the firing mode and it acts as a linear fusion rifle. Then it has Handblade stock, and its intrinsic trait is Timeless Mythoclast. This makes it so the weapon fires a single bolt with each trigger pull. Alright, well that is it for my loot preview for the Vault of Glass raid that's coming out in just a few hours. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.